Hello, this is Divine Sunshine coming with your daily sunshine report for December the 5th. Okay, because it was the 4th of the day. So December the 5th is what I'm doing. Going straight on into the energies. Clear. What is the energies for December the 5th for the Divine Feminine? As far as in the heart space. Okay, we got a story. What is in her mind space? What is the Divine Masculine's heart space? It's not. She had a lot too. So I don't blame you on that one. And what is in the mind space for the Divine Masculine? Okie dokie. So for December the 5th, the energies is for the Divine Feminine in the heart space is trust. She's having some trust issues. I'm going to take a page from my own thing. She's still kind of feeling like whatever he could be coming really honestly with being honest. However, it's got this dagger here that's in the back. That's making it feel like, I don't know, in betweenish about that. We got give your relationship a chance. She's really trying to really think of right now about giving this a chance. She's thinking that maybe she's seen some growth in the Divine Masculine. He's changed. He seems like he's getting a little bit more in his divinity, a little bit. Oh, that's her hand. I don't know why that look. I keep on thinking about tattoos. Like this look like a tattoo on the back. I don't know what this is. Or this obsession with the tattoo on the back. So just really trying to get a chance. I'm just going to pick up again if there's somebody, if your Divine Masculine has tattoo on the back. I know last time it was the shoulder or the back. This is still resonating for you. So if he's got in those two different areas, this is really, really pertaining to you, this reading. Work on your partnership. So you really know you got to kind of give it some work. So really work at this point or try to really trust where things are going because you want reconciliation at this point. You really want either some answers, either he come and apologize, say I'm sorry, you all could kind of, he go his way and continue on, but whatever it is, it's just like you want some answers to what's going on, or you do want to go ahead and start this relationship with him in the 3D. So in the 3D, you say, I'm tired of doing all the exercises of I apologize and talking to you 50 self and saying all these things. You're like, no, in actuality, I want this 3D apology. Some kind of way, something's happening to help to bring this reconciliation between him and I. So right now at this point, you got to kind of keep it on open mind. So you need to keep an open mind about how this is going to go about. You see here, you really truly listening to what's going on. He's going to be leaning really kind of into and focus. Like a lot of times, some of the conversations you might have had, he's kind of a little standoffish. This to me gives body language. It's like, okay, you know, I'm here, I'm listening. You know, to me, it looked kind of like a position of let's talk, let's like business. You know, she's telling, let me make sure I'm looking at this right. He's really listening intently to whatever she's saying. And, you know, it's whatever it is, I see the peace. So you really coming in peace. So that means really when he does come to make this conversation with you, and I did hear that in the video, you know, just make sure that your mindset is right, that you're coming with a peace for this, like a real open mind to whatever way of how he wants to do this reconciliation, this conversation. In your mind space, you feel chemistry. You just really feel there's a magnetic attraction that's attracted you and the Divine Masculine. It's not stress, it's the opposite. So you're just really feeling a real tug energy-wise of being close to your Divine Masculine. The energy to me is almost like a ball. It's like it's really developing between the both of you all. And this is what's going on as far as the chemistry. With the Divine Masculine right now in his heart space, he has, this could be the one. He's really honing in on this understanding that this is the one. The divine, the angels or spirit has really been talking to him. about this is Richard's helping him to solidify that this is the one. Some children, this I got a fork in the road feeling with that. It could go two ways, which is the children, actual children, is playing on his heart, maybe with the divine masculine. This time, I think I had read one time for the divine feminine. She was having issues with the with her children, and this time he's having things with the children as well. This says your love life is being affected by children. Again, last time I think I had seen that in the divine masculine spread for one of was it the Aries? I think, I mean, not the Aries, the fire sign had issues with the children, and he said he really wasn't having any issues anymore. He kind of see his way of how he can kind of deal with children at this point. And so this is the same thing. So I think if it was influenced by children, it could go two ways, a fork of the road, negative. Either they're out of control and they're getting kind of really wild or really rebellious at this time with the divine masculine, or he's got things under control. I keep on picking if he's thinking about leaving his current situation. He was concerned about how the children, how that's going to be. He's really dealing with how he's viewing them, his loyalty, his friend, him being the friendliness, the authority, being the master of the situation, how to nurture. All those things he's pretty much got control of, while he's dealing of how to deal with being with the divine feminine. It also could be him, if you say, I don't have children, it could be you really getting control of the issues of the inner child too. Again, you as divine masculine, which would be your analytical side, how you can be able to master your ideas, be loyal to them, be friendly to your ideas. When it comes to the divine feminine side of you, which would be the emotions, you're trying to learn how to nurture the emotions that you are experiencing at this time. In your mind space, you're seeing clearly, decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So really right now, you feel like you've got to make a decision. You got to make a decision now in regards to a relationship. Okay, you are paying attention. Somebody's telling you to right now to really pay attention to the red flags of this going on with this woman. Something about the way she's thinking is not really, is really hidden to you. You can't really get underneath all those layers to her what's really the finger of the pulse of what's actually going on with her. Something about her is a little too good to be true. She's very adorned with a lot of stuff, and you know, it's something that's going on as far as with this. So I think I've seen this in the video that, you know, some of the divine masculines are kind of thinking that, you know, the divine feminine is a little bit too good to be true still about some situations, not being able to still kind of trust what's going on with him. Although he says this could be one he knows, but there's some certain situations, the way that how he left the divine feminine kind of leaves him wanting to know, you know, really actually where does she stand on things. You know, I left her like that. I know if I go back here with this divine feminine, she wants reconciliation. I don't know if I'm able to give her that. You know, I don't know when I do give her the answers, which way she's going to come at me. Is she going to come in a way that, you know, as they say, come out of a trick bag, or some kind of way that's just like, I got you, when I really open and expose myself and become very vulnerable. So that is that. I've been using these. These is pretty good. Let me get some clarifiers out here with this. Clear. What is this? Wait a second. Ooh, that ain't that one. I thought, ooh, that's interesting. Okay, I picked this one. Okay. Leave that for that one. If it was a mistake, it was a mistake. Okay. I think that's my life purpose ones. That's fine. Clear. clarify that one. I was looking at that, so you clarifying that. Okay, I let them all come out because it's a story. And I'm going to read right through them real fast, too. Dang. Okay, you all jumping out and telling stories. You really want me to tell a story today? Okay, let me hold on. Just be patient with me. Clear. I see that's in one of the cards too. Okay, let me get overall energy for the feminine. Overall energy for the masculine. It jumped right on out there. Well, you just really want that, don't you? We shall see if you're going to get that. Okay. All right, I'm going to do a little backwards here. So the overall energies for the divine feminine is abandonment. Okay, so now with that, you having overall energies abandonment there is now that brings on why you having a problem with you actually trusting him. You haven't trusted him because you feel like the dagger, you know, he's there, but in any moment now he going to stab you in the back. Okay, that is the energy there in your heart space. So now, I'm going to keep an open mind. It's on this side, right? Reconciliation, chemistry is this side, right? Okay, pay a tribute. I'm sorry, put this over here, put you in the middle. Okay, so we're going to read this like a story. Okay, I got the purpose, life purpose cards came out. Okay, and this is all the same thing. So right now, with you, you need to take charge of this situation. Interesting. This is what they're saying. I pulled it out. Might have been a mistake, but whatever. So this situation calling for you to have faith, and they use the same word. So this, take charge of this situation. You need to take charge of this situation. You need to become in leadership, divine feminine, on this in your heart space. Travel. Your life purpose involves traveling. So I would figure with this, in order for you to get this trust, you might have to find yourself moving mentally or in your heart space from one location to another. You know, it's like you're just on the move. You're clearing out some stuff, and you're actually traveling from one idea space to another. Or you can maybe even physical space find yourself moving from one place to another to create this trust. You know, I went to a workshop one time, and a lady had told me, her name Patricia McNeely had told me that I was telling her about in the classroom and how I was having issues with that, and you know, sometimes I'd be stressed. She said, well, if you can't walk outside, a lot of times she'd tell me, you know, go outside, get with nature, commune with that, and then come back into your space. I've done that into my practice, and that really has kind of refreshed me, helped me dissipate all that energy into the nature, into the air, let it go, and I come back fresh. She said, or you can either just take off, like if you got layers of clothes, or if you got a sweater, maybe by the afternoon, maybe you just wearing the shirt, like I had on a scarf. So I took the scarf off, and it came down. So that's another way in which you could kind of change locations. So I'm thinking changing locations is just really the hemispheres of your brain and your mind, the way you think it. You got to kind of shifts, because hemisphere in your brain locations can be that too, from the right hemisphere to the left. So be a little bit more, less analytical and more into your emotional side, or more into your creativity side, as far as how you can, that's what it means location. Hemispheres. One's location is analytical brain, and then you got your creative brain. So you got to kind of move out of that analytical. You've been doing probably a lot of overthinking, things of that nature, and find yourself traveling to another side of the sphere of your brain, okay? Or you could say traveling through these different chakras too, okay? Now we got healer. You have the spiritual gifts of healing and a desire to share it with others. Okay, so you want to get really with this trust thing, and that brings us into other thing. You really want to be healed by this relationship, and I seen that in the video what they were saying. Really, it is at this point if the divine masculine has been in another karmic relationship or remediation relationship or any kind of thing, or just broke off. He said, I ain't in no situation, I'm not in any kind of relationship, just broke it off because I need separation. His job is to come help and to heal the situation. So right now you have spiritual gifts, so you really are, you know, with him coming in the situation and him having trust, you are first finding ways to heal yourself, but then at the same time as a divine feminine, you still, as my mom said, you need to have that skin, that God with the skin on. You're still going to have to experience. You can do all that work in the other ethers. That's fine. However, there's going to get a point, and it's also, and let's just keep it real, 100. You really want to have that talk with him in the 3D, okay, to help really heal and to kind of get some clarification. And some I won't even say, because there's no closure when you come to this unisoul journey, so you just really want to get some healing so you can know what's going on with the relationship. Okay, next thing is you have give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. So in your heart space you want to do that, because again you got those abandonment issues. Okay, so now you know that you're opening yourself up to a whole new world with this, which is very hidden to you because you don't know what's going on behind this. Okay, so now the next thing is some of you all got a little hostilities you're dealing with. Why you kind of on the fence of not being able to really truly trust, especially coming to this abandonment that probably had happened before, that the divine masculine had abandoned you. Or you could say from the past, I got a fork in the road, somebody relative, a male relative, or anybody had pretty much abandoned you, or old ex did the same thing. So you got little hostilities that you're working with. And you also feel like some deceit. Something is not really being told with this. You want to give it. That's why to me it's like a chance. It's another word for possibility. It's like I want to give it a possibility, but you know, it's that thing. You got other options, you know, and so you say I want to give this a chance, but you know I got this issue with this abandonment, this overriding the whole energies, and that you do feel that the divine masculine in some ways being deceitful. Okay, you want to keep an open mind. These are the energies. You want to keep an open mind because your soulmate may differ from your usual type of experience. And that's true. He's probably different from how you expect him to be, and you different in the way he's going to come into your life if he is, if we experience a separation or self-discovery mode, or he is in a karmic or remediation partnership. Okay. So with that, he's different. And for some of you all, this differences that you have is really causing the problem, you know. I'm going to say, why I want to say, he comes from the other side of the tracks. He might be totally different than what you're used to. And that's also a way to kind of play on you to be very questionable about, is this going to actually happen? Okay. I watched a video that said that, you know, you got to remember that the difference between a soulmate really, it resonates on the same exact energy as you. You laugh at the same jokes, you like the same interests, like the same music, everything. When you come to this twin flame or this unisoul kind of slant to this relationship, you know, it's not the usual, just like a romantic relationship. That person is going to really become totally opposite of who you are. So, you know, like I'm very spiritual. My counterpart is very physical. Okay. That's something that to me is very foreign. Just like him thinking about very spiritual is very foreign for him to delve into that. So we have to find a common ground on that, because in order for me to understand him, he's got to understand me. And also they brought the point is that, you know, you remember we got to fit like a puzzle piece, you know. In a puzzle piece, some one piece might protrude out of the puzzle piece while one might go inverted. Okay, so still those things connect and they fit like a glove. And so that is something that you have to keep in mind, is that you're supposed to not have the same thing, so you all could be able together to come together and be a strong unit, okay, a strong unit soul, because there's things of which they're strong in, you're weak in, and what you're weak in, they're strong in, vice versa, okay? All right, so now, keep an open mind. Healer of the ages. So that means really on the December the 5th, you're really working on healing some things of the past, of the ages, doing all the different periods, coming up with all the phases, different cycles and stages. You're really trying to get into being open mind, because if you're doing that, that is truly becoming like the Christ-like mind, where the unconditional love, accepting everybody as they are, no judgment, those things. Keeping an open mind, financial constraints, okay? Some of these things, these divine masculines are having some financial issues, and those things also, I've seen in the video, they were saying, that's funny, it's popping up, and it's like everything I've seen today is popping up in here, that they were saying until you heal each other's and heal each sides, that and really come to an understanding that it affects all different areas of your life. That could also be financial too. Some of you all, because of what's going on with your divine masculine, is also experiencing some financial issues and constraints as well as the divine masculine. You got to be open-minded too, because again, this abandonment is the overall arching energy. And it's you really kind of scared because of this broken heart that you had, that was inflicted by the divine masculine, or it could be also from in the past with other exes and other exes in Texas, as I call it, and other people, relatives, friends, anything like that. That has really put a major dent or scarring on your heart. And so, you know, you trying to really, when I look at this, it's like I'm trying to take these two pieces of the heart and I'm putting them back together. And you really need to keep an open mind, because if you really, this overall theme I'm seeing here is a lot of healing. And if you weren't really trying to do that, you've got to keep an open mind. You know, it might not come the way your healing you want it to be, but if that's the way that the divine masculine is presenting himself, or the situation is presenting himself, then you have to be open-minded as far as how you can mend your heart, okay, and bring the pieces of it together and make yourself whole again, okay. Reconciliation is on the mind, okay, because this is door to your personal healing and happiness. Again, we're really working on healing ourselves. So yesterday, I told you in the reading, it's about selfhood. You know, really, you know, if you heard from the divine master, if you didn't, yesterday is just really about kicking with it with yourself, really communing with yourself. You say, I'm not communing with the people. I just want to kind of get within myself and get it together. So tomorrow, which is today, you are pretty much in that vibe, or you're trying to heal, self-heal, okay? Because you got a lot of things you got to deal with, especially with this abandonment issues from the divine masculine and whoever else has placed this theme or this program in your energy, okay, or in your spirit or in your soul or whichever. Chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. So it's a man holding the coins. So physically, right now, some of you all is having some issues with your divine masculine financially. He's maybe looking to you to help him out, or either he's called you and said help you out, and that's been like a sore spot that's been really getting on your mind, getting on your nerves about that. Or the flip side, there's some of you all divine feminists out there, and you're looking for your divine masculine to help you to get out of a financial situation. Or you know that this chemistry, this is several of them I'm picking up in the ethers, you know who you are. This chemistry and this magnetic attraction here is because, you know, this man, you being with your divine masculine, he helps to draw in prosperity, abundance, everything to kind of flow that you want. So he's really got the key to unlocking everything in the physical for you as the divine feminine, okay? Now, for the divine masculine, He know this could be the one. Same thing with you, knowing that with him, he's the unlock, and he knows that you are the key to his abundance. Okay, it's harvesting time. It's time to kind of really look at things for what they are, the bounty of it, the beauty of it. And so that's how he knows right now in his heart space that you are the one. Now, when we're talking about this children, I'm sorry, the overall sacred overall energy is sacred sensuality. Okay, he knows that you are the one because maybe even sexually, he just really hasn't came across anybody else that could put the na on him and put that on him. What's that thing? Put that whip appeal on it. Whip it on me. Breathe all that sweet loving on me. You got that whip appeal, so whip it on me. Hey, yeah. So you know that part there. That whip appeal is sweet as can be. You got that whip appeal. So you got that whip appeal on them, divine feminines, because that's a whole different. That sacred sensuality and that sacred act of sexuality, sex that we have with them is a whole different level than any other ones that they have experienced. Can't nobody scratch that itch like that way, but we have other ways. But anyway, so that's the overall. So that's why he's saying, I know even through that, I know she's the one. It's an abundance there. Children, some of you all thinking through this act of sexuality, of sex rather. Some of them are thinking about having children with it. They really thinking about this family aspect. Maybe say, I don't want to know. I just go on here. What I got there, he got you and I got you and we just be the Brady Bunch. Okay, fine. So with that, he's really thinking of that. But some of them want to have children with you. That's what I'm picking up from that too. So that's the overall thing. Yeah, sexuality. Yeah, just knowing. So the angel of strength. So he's finding some strength in this. Again, is affected. It could be the inner child. Healing that. Healing, having a safe way of a safer and a better way of viewing himself, even from a child, because some of them, and I'm picking this up, have had childhood traumas. I said that in the other one, has had childhood traumas that deals with sexuality. So they got an unhealthy way of dealing with sex. Either they do it too much or not enough because of them having flashbacks about what's happened as them as a child. And so that is an issue as well. So they've got to find courage and strength to get beyond that and viewing the divine feminine in an angelic light. Okay. Next thing, he's got to get a strategy of how he's going to deal with this. I'm going to go with the inner child thing and strategy of how he's going to deal with these children. That's the two way. I got a fork in the road. So dealing with the inner child that's within him. Okay. So he's got to deal with that, how to heal that, get that under control, master the emotions and the analytical, being friendly, being loyal, how to nurture those things. Then he's got to come up with a strategy. Now, those of them is involved in some kind of karmic or remediation relationship. He's got to come up with a strategy of how he can deal with this. He's got to come up with a strategy if he's thinking about he wants to have children with the divine feminine. He's got to come up with a strategy for that. If it's none involved, like I said, just really coming up with a strategy. He's really thinking about maybe even, some of them might be journaling. Some of them might even communicate this through written communication, text, email, anything, Facebook Messenger, whatever it is. He's going to write this down, this strategy, and maybe share it with you, the divine feminine. The magician is at the door and the mirror. So he's really, I'm saying, at the door. Well, he might be at the door. I'm making way because I seen the door in the next one. That time I did do a sneak peek. So the magician is in the mirror. So really finding and looking within yourself, and you got the magician at play. Something's magical is going to take place. Really looking at this inner child, what's going on, and looking at you sexually, wanting children. Why do you want children? Really taking introspective about that. Why is it such a need that I want to have one with my divine feminine? I want to create this family with her. And then, just really the magician and looking in the mirror, to me, reflecting on and seeing who truly you are as a person and putting down, because you past the period, mirror, you can't lie to yourself. It is what it is. What you see is what you get. And so really looking at that, just and then seeing let the spirit within to take over, and something divine intervention. I'm thinking once you really take this hardcore look at yourself, at the reflection that's going on with you, something magical is going to happen with you, as far as you going to want to make that change or season some things that's saying, you know what, and took some introspection. I see what the divine feminine was saying. I see why things are happening the way they are, blah, blah, blah. So now when you do that, you're going to open up the door to spirit, okay? And so it's going to bring a peace of mind like never before that you have experienced here. And it's going to create some new energies to be ushered in the door for you as well. So really, and I see all this gold here, which reminds me of the solar plex. So you want to really stand in your power when this occurs and happens, especially in your heart space, okay? This one here, we have pay attention to red flags. This is what's been on your mind space. You've got to find, even when you see that, you got to find balance with that as well. Especially when you talk about this sacred sexuality, you got some ideas about how you want to see this, how you want to connect, have intimacy with the divine feminine. You got to create a balance between that. You got to create a balance of how you seeing the divine feminine as well. Are you really seeing her divinity? Really, I'm seeing ancient. So that means really going back at the past, looking how things are structured, thinking about how you have been building things in the past when it comes in regards to the divine feminine as well. And so that's why you got to kind of pick apart these things, especially when you're trying to pay attention to the red flags and you're trying to create this intimacy first in order to get this sacred sexuality. Okay. You want to have a caring connection. That's why you say you're paying attention to red flags. You kind of get rid of how you saying she looks like she's got too much adornment on. Something's overhead, her intuition. She's covering up a crown chakra, covering up everything else. And I'm not really seeing her for what's really going on with her. So you've got to kind of get a different mindset. Some of these red flags that I'm thinking of and seeing is just something that's internal that you kind of throwing and projecting on her. And I'm picking up the word that there's really paper tigers that you're doing, that you're seeing, and you cut out the tigers and you thinking it's worse off than what it is. So if this is what you want to gain in order to get this sacred sexuality with these red flags that you have, and you got to put it to the side because this is your aim that you're trying to get, caring connections. Your appreciation, you have a newfound appreciation right now for the divine feminine. You're seeing in the whole thing, this is really her standing in her power. She has really planted a lot of beauty. You see, all I see is just beauty around her. A lot of heart chakra. She's got a lot of green. Her sacral is represented here by the little stripe that's going down there. So she's really worked on her intimacy as well. How she connects with others. She just looks very extremely regal here, and a lot of flowers that are in bloom. So you really are looking at the overall total package that the divine feminine can bring to you, and you're really having a newfound appreciation about that. Even if you did have red flags about that, you, again, like I said, that paper tiger thing, you need to kind of really come to a point that this red flags that you were seeing in the past, like they show in the pyramids, were really paper tigers, and to really look and truly see her for what she is, which is appreciation. Okay, because you have been doing a lot of thinking, and sometimes you do a lot of thinking that causes you to get into a lot of trouble. Okay, so you just really been thinking about it, and I believe that it really looks like it's crystals to me in his hands. So I don't know, like crystals, you're really working with the powers, the energies to really get this together. So 4 is grounding, and 6 is love. So you're getting grounded in love. And 10 means the ending of a cycle, which is, I call it the Brian McKnight number. 10 to like a dream come true, for and whatever. You're going, Got to start back at 1. When you get to 10, you got to start all back over again, back at 1. So, you know, you're pretty at the end of this cycle here about this thinking. I'm thinking at this point, really, in this energies for the day, you're kind of tired of it yourself. And you're saying, you know what, I know these red flags, but I got to start looking at her in a different way. Some of you all I'm picking up, you see the red flags in the divine feminine, but it's not bothering you either. You know, the little quirks, as I call it, that kind of before was getting on your nerves. So now I can look at this as a different way. You're more balanced at the way you look at her. You have more of a caring connection when you look at her. You have more of appreciation when you think of her, because you've done a lot of thinking to get you to that point. Okay, that's another way of looking at the red flags. Okay, you got very soon. Okay, with this very soon overall energies. Maybe you're saying I'm gonna have this sacred sexuality very soon. You the goddess of the moon. You're looking at your divine feminine again in a different way. You know, it was the illusion that you were looking at her. Now you look at in a form or method that you use your intuition and your awareness to know exactly who she is. Okay, she's really being the goddess that she is. So that's really happening now, very soon. So you're changing. You just got to have patience about when this is going to happen. Okay. I'll turn everybody around, but it didn't turn you around. Okay. You got this one. Journey is in reverse. Right now, I wouldn't say that you're on the journey right now. You're kind of working in your 3D kind of thing, you know, right in the present, in the physical. That's not really on your mind about where she is. You know where she is, but it's just not like it's a pressing issue. That's what I want to say as far as the direction. To me, it looks like to me you're trying to really get yourself right and get your strategy together. You know, where she is or how I'm going to get there is kind of secondary right now. You're feeling a little anxiety about that, and maybe that's because due to you not really being able to pinpoint where the divine, some of you all know where the divine feminine is in her mind space or her heart space. 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel. So you really kind of got to work with this intuition. You got to work with your crown chakra, this one too, to kind of help you along, especially when you're trying to find a strategy to kind of help this to happen very soon. And the temple path, this is going to lead you, once you get these things right, this is going to lead you the path to the to you inside. So to me, your inner self, the temple, you're going to have to go inside and deal with this, connected with your crown chakra, to be able to make some of these things like you want it to happen very soon. Those are the things that you're going to have to deal with and to do. Okay. I am at this point, I'm just going to pull, because we've been at this for a while and I don't want my stuff extra long. Who's this? This is you. Okay. I want to just pull right now at this point, and I think I am kind of doing good. This is it. Clear. Let me just see what the your higher self wants to say to you, divine feminine, about 12 December the 5th. Okay, and what does the divine masculine higher self want to say about him under there? Okay. All right. I hope I can read, because I did not bring my glasses down. So this is going to be mucho interesante. Okay. Leaping in love. Romeo and Juliet. Bogey and Bacall, they've got nothing on you. It's romance time. Whether it's a new partner or falling more deeply in love with your own rock star life. Become besotted with your dream. Act as if it has already happened. Everything, as they say, is coming up roses. only this time without the thorns. So you got to really imagine yourself there. I know you got these abandonment issues, this overall in the trust thing. You want to give a relationship a chance. You think it's possible. You got to have an open mind about some things. You want reconciliation about the chemistry. But like they said, you got to take a leap in faith, and you got to see things happening as they are. I know with the energies on 12/4, which was on Pond yesterday, it was a little shaky and quaky. I know that I had pulled the cards for one way, and I was that way in the morning, and by the afternoon, it was a whole different story. I don't know if I was feeling for the collective or somebody, I don't know who it is, but I was just really nervous and panicky about the whole journey, you know, about the divine masculine, his role, what he's able to do. Is he going to be able to pull it off and do those things? A lot of questioning. So I'm kind of glad to see this. It's kind of speaking to me about that. So you just got to get more firm into it. The hotline, number 12. Isn't it nice to know that you don't have to do everything yourself? To know that there are unseen forces just waiting for you to give the word. Take a deep breath and know that whatever it is you need right now, guides and angels are lined up at your service, waiting to take your call. All you need to do is ask. Yep, it's that simple. So divine masculines, if you want this to happen, like you say, very soon, with this online, you know, this could be the one. You know, about the children thing, and some of y'all want children with the divine feminine, excuse me, and you paying attention. You say, I'm not paying attention to red flags anymore. I'm to dismiss that, and I want this to happen very soon. Then you gotta get on the high low. If you confess the Lord, call him up. Do 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 do. If you confess the Lord, call him up. Do 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 do. If you believe in the Father, Sister, and the Holy Ghost, call him up and tell him what you want. Trying to do the male's voice. All right there. So that's what you got to That's what you got to do. You got to call them up and tell them exactly what you want. Okay. So with that, I say, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. That's my this thing. Namaste. Namago.